Well, hello folks and welcome back. So as I've mentioned on the last video where we were working on the entranceway, I've got a new camera that has showed up that we're going to have a look at here and get set up and put out on the trail and give it a test. So let's see what this looks like. So this is the CY95 trail camera, and it has a solar panel on it. And let's just quickly go over what its features are. So this camera is powered by a solar cell that's mounted on the top of it. And that solar cell has got a battery pack in it. So the solar cell is charging the battery pack. And it also has a provision to put some AA batteries in it to work as backup, just in case the solar cell battery pack goes flat. So that's good to have. If you've got some weather that's not great, you know the camera's not going to just die on you because you do have a backup system in there. So like most trail cameras these days, it does high-resolution video. It does a 4K video at 30 frames per second, which is pretty good. And it will also do 46 megapixel photos. So we're going to test both of those out here. Now it has an integrated Wi-Fi system, so that will run off of an app. So we'll have a look at the app. I really like the Wi-Fi systems on the trail cameras. It does make it so easy to check the camera and see how it's doing. Now the one thing with Wi-Fi, if there is a bunch of photos or videos on the camera, trying to download them onto your cell phone with the Wi-Fi connection, it's just a slow process. So if you're looking to pull one or two photos or videos off it, the Wi-Fi is great for that. The other thing that I really like the Wi-Fi for is you can look through the camera lens and see where the camera is pointing. So you know exactly what it is you're going to be capturing. And you can also go through all the setups of the camera to make sure that you've got everything where you want it without having to touch the camera. It will also give you things like the condition of your battery and that type of thing. So the Wi-Fi is really nice to have. Now the next step past that is cellular. Now I don't have good cellular signal out here, so I don't have any cellular cameras. The other thing I don't really like about the cellular cameras is you need to have a cell account for the camera as well. That can get expensive. My cameras aren't that far away. I can go to them and check them out myself. Now, if you're using the camera as like a security camera or something like that, having a cell phone connection to it would be really handy. So the camera has got 3 sensors on it for detection, and you can set how those are turned on in the setup menu, I believe. We'll check that out as we go. And it is the IP66 waterproof, and what that means is it's really weather resistant. Don't take it and throw it in the water and expect it to stand up to that. But it will stand up to just about any kind of weather that it's getting when it's attached to the side of a tree or wherever it is that you've got it located. Now the camera comes with a 32 gigabyte micro SD card in it, and it will handle up to a 256 gigabyte card. So you can put a lot of pictures and a lot of videos on a card that size. One other thing worth mentioning is its trigger speed. It has a really fast trigger speed at 0.1 seconds. Now that's great if you've got continuous action going on in front of your camera. If you have the length of your video shots set for something like 20 seconds and you still have a lot of things going on right there in front of the camera is going to pick right up again and keep on going. It'll be practically like a seamless video because it triggers so quickly. All right, let's open the box up and we'll see what's in it. Okay, there's a cable. There's your standard strap for mounting. Oh, and it comes with a steel mounting bracket as well. And there is the camera. Manual, of course. And safety and warning information, that type of thing. All the usual important safety stuff. All right. So let's have a look and see what it takes to set this thing up. So there's the inside. We'll have a look at what's behind this battery compartment. All right, it looks like there is a compartment here to put to put 4 batteries into, 4 AA batteries. So that would be your backup power in case the battery pack in the solar cell happens to run out of power. All right, I suspect the solar powered battery pack in here is going to need an initial charging. So I'm going to plug it in and we'll get it charging, and then we'll get it all set up and ready to go. All right, folks, so our camera is now fully charged. So there is the little LED light right on the bottom. When you plug it in, it turns red, and when it's fully charged, it goes out. Doesn't turn green, it goes out. So it has gone out. We've got our AA batteries all set up in that compartment, ready to go. So we are ready to power this thing on for the first time. So there's a slide switch that's a little tricky. It's got 3 positions: off, setup, and on. So I'm going to try to get it to the setup, which is the position in the middle. All right, so it's looking for some basic information to start with. So it wants English and then the date. So we're going to set the date. All right, so we've got the initial startup. So the camera is on. It's still in setup mode. And I have got the time and date and language set. Now let's see if it shows up on my cell phone here. So I'm going to switch the camera to the on mode. So the app is called Wildlife Cam, and I already have one camera on it. So we'll do a quick screenshot and I'll show you what that looks like. And I think it has found a camera here. So I'm going to tell it to add the device. So it's now asking if I want to join this camera network. So I'm going to say join. I'm seeing on the screen here that it is connected. And I'm now looking through the camera lens. So you'll see what the whole screen looks like there. Now let's go into the setup. So there's the top of the menu there. So I'm going to set this the way I want it here. So I'm going to set it to photo and video. All right, here's something worth noting. I just started going through the menu on the camera itself, and there are a few things that don't show up on the app. Like I noticed the side PIR settings, which is the side sensors that gives you a really wide field of detection, does not show up on the app. So I just went in here and checked to make sure that they are on, and they are. And I'm just going through looking for anything else that might not be on the app. There's one of the other things that's missing is the date stamp. So I want that on so it shows up on the bottom of the video clips or photos. So I've got that turned on. All right, I think that's all that's missing off of there. So the app for the initial setup doesn't cover everything. You're best to actually do it from the camera. And then once you've got all those things in place, then the majority of the functions the app will handle, and you should be fine from there. All right, it's dark out now. Tomorrow we'll go get this camera in place. We'll see you in the morning. All right, folks, this is where we're going to put this camera. Now the camera that I'm taking out here is partially dysfunctional. I can't change any of the settings or anything on it anymore because the screen has failed inside, so I can't really see what's happening to it. So we're going to shut this one down. This one is just going to go up by the shop and become a security camera up there. So one of the things I noticed with the new CY95 camera is it does not have a 1/4 inch port on the bottom. It only has one on the back. That restricts the kind of mount I can use, and I'm not too keen with that. Now normally, this is the kind of mount that I like to use. I can thread this into the tree, no tools necessary. I can adjust the position of the camera very easily, and the camera is sitting upright on top of this. The camera is much less prone to fall over. Now with this kind of stand, it's a bit tricky to get it mounted tight enough. You need tools for one, and screws to hold it in place. And if you don't tighten up these wing nuts on here really tight, that camera's gonna move. It is way too easy for it to move around. And you gotta make sure that the nuts that hold the base on and the nut that holds the camera in position are also really tight, or it's gonna move. If you get your deer coming in close, as you see, I like to have that happen. I put the cameras down quite low. If they nudge that camera, it's gonna move. So I'm not a big fan of that. We'll see how it works. Now, one of the things that comes with the cameras, with most cameras, is a strap. So you can mount it with just the strap. Now, I find the straps pretty much useless because they're very difficult to get your camera positioned just right. You've got to shim it and all this kind of stuff in order to get the camera in the position that you want. So yeah, I never use the straps. Now this is a pretty small tree too, so that makes it even trickier to get this mounting bracket in place. All right, I deformed the bracket a little bit to make it work, but that's fine. Now I've added a flat washer and a lock washer to this mount to hopefully hold it in better place. So this is what happens. You need to have a pair of pliers or something with you to tighten these wing nuts up. All right, we're going to turn the camera on, access it through the app, and see just exactly where it's pointing. All right, I am getting a view through the lens now, and I'm pointing a little bit high. All right, I'll take a screenshot here so you guys can see how I've got it set up. All right, so I'm nice and low and pointing down the trail. Now let's try to get these wing nuts tighter yet. It just moves around way too easy on this type of stand. I really am unhappy with it. Now that doesn't say anything about the quality of photos or videos that we're going to get from the camera. Doesn't say anything about the camera at all. It's just the stand. All right, our camera is on and ready to go. Let's pack up here. All right, I'm not sure you can see it, but I can see a red LED on the front of it, and I believe that has something to do with the app. So we're going to exit the app and see if that red LED goes out. Yeah, it's flashing, and that is indicating that it's now set to go. All right, we're going to chum the water here a little bit. I want to make sure that we do get critters up in front of the camera and hanging out here, especially while we're testing this camera. All right, folks, that looks like it. We're going to leave the camera sit for a week, and then we'll bring it back and see what kind of quality photos and videos we get from it. And then I'll do an actual full review of the camera and let you know what I think of it. All right, we'll see you in a week. All right, thanks for watching, folks. Remember to stay safe out there, be good to each other, and we will see you out on the trails the next time.